So, as I looked out over my hometown of Bartlesville, Oklahoma, like Mad Max looking out over the desert, I began to think maybe my hometown actually has quite a few tall buildings, skyscrapers, for a community of 36,000. I'm taking a closer look at what caused all these tall buildings to sprout up and what they're actually called. There was one business that was a major catalyst for all this growth, and it wasn't an electric car company. Bartlesville is the hometown of Phillips Petroleum Company. Phillips 66, later ConocoPhillips. So let's start with the Phillips buildings. The company's headquarters may have moved, but it still does a lot of business here. So let's start by taking a look at the Phillips buildings. First up is the Phillips building. You can recognize this building from the ground level by the pillars that are supporting it on the bottom floor. That makes for a distinct feature. I believe it is also the tallest building in all of Bartlesville. It's hard to get this building all in one shot. You may see part of it in the footage of some of the other buildings. Up next, we're going to start with the Frank Phillips Tower. This tall and skinny skyscraper has an Art Deco style, and even though I haven't verified it, I think it's logical enough to guess that it is the oldest of all the Phillips skyscrapers. You can also see the Phillips building and a local downtown hotel in this shot. And the building you may have noticed behind the downtown hotel is the Addams Building, another one of Phillips's office buildings in downtown Bortlesville. Here is the Addams Building from the front. Here is the Addams Building from the front. And if you thought I was done with Phillips skyscrapers, you would be wrong. This building here is known as the Plaza Building, or the Plaza Office Building. So, that covers the major skyscrapers owned by Phillips. I hope you enjoyed looking at them and maybe learning a thing or two about what they're called. Now I'll move on to some other buildings in town. This tall building here is the Truity Federal Credit Union, which was previously the 66 Federal Credit Union. Now it's called Truity Credit Union. Next to Truity Credit Union is this structure known as the Professional Building. Here's a shot of the Professional Building and the Credit Union side by side. This tall tan structure is the former Hotel Phillips, now known as the Apartments at Hotel Phillips. I believe it has also been called the Johnstone or Johnstone Avenue Apartments in the past, but now they brand it the Apartments at Hotel Phillips. And here's a look at what it looks like at night. This is the Retta Building, now a Rogers State University facility in downtown. This building is also a former Masonic Lodge. This isn't a skyscraper, but it is a building that is very familiar to Bortlesville residents, the Bortlesville Community Center. And moving away from downtown Bartlesville to the other side of town, this is the hospital, Ascension St. John, formerly known as Jane Phillips Medical Center, named in honor of the wife of the founder of Phillips Petroleum Company, Frank Phillips. And I believe this structure, also on the hospital campus, is called the Medical Park Center. Now let's wrap this up with a look at the most famous Price Tower, designed by Frank Lloyd Wright, easily Bartlesville's most famous skyscraper. It was built for a company called Price Pipeline, and even though the building is much more famous than the company it's named after, it has remained a fixture in the Bartlesville Skyline many years after the company ceased to use it. It's one of Bartlesville's most well-known tourist attractions. Well, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I did change the intro from beelinebennett to Bartlesville Bennett, but the name of the channel still is beelinebennett. So please click like on this video and subscribe to the Beeline Bennett channel. Thank you.